What is good? This is Archangel Raphael, aka Emrall Imran, aka Emrall the Astral Man, aka Jesus Christ, Muhammad, Buddha, Shiva, as well as other known deities in and out the body, as well as usual. I'm going to carry out God's will, authority, purity, presence, and essence on today's video. This is the Astral Man. I never had nowhere to land unless it's with you. This is the Family Man stretching out my right hand. Go ahead and grab on and let's take off together. As life being married to karma, as God being married to the universe, I'm here to remind you and let you know the fact that you are God. We individually and independently make up what God is. We are not separate from God. I am God. You are God. Now that said, let's get into the nature and topic of today's video. As change being the only universal constant, this is Dr. Change. Always took a stand off for what the fuck I aim. So, since I'm here to bring things to an end and, you know, it's the right bus on the right flight, go ahead and catch it with me. Just so happens there's suddenly like a plane in the distance or whatever. Always just flying around. It just comes in. That's supposed to as well. Really learn to listen and tune in. Plug in. Go in, like, instead of in go, you like in go your inner goingness, but you're going in to your innerness, because you're already going, right? You're already the light, but you're going in deep to where the darkness resides, to when your eyes are closed, so you can find and shine your radiant tools of God onto them. So I kind of just naturally flow into all the knowledge and wisdom in the topic of the video, even when I don't know what the fuck it's about, what I'm going to say. I just kind of know the energy I'm feeling and know exactly what I got to express and let it all out. But yeah, instead of trying to bask in a place like far, far away to get away from everyone, I'm now called upon to, hey, you good. Stay at the stage where you belong. So that's what I'm doing, you know? That is exactly what the fuck I'm doing. So, I think the whole orientation about how you can easily get lost into, oh, I need to do things this way and try to manifest what I want because this is what I want to need. I think that where that comes from is a big place of, self-doubt almost, because you don't think that you could get, everything you want to need. You don't already believe it within yourself that you can have everything you dream of, things you always want. So you got to try to figure out, okay, how do I got to do this? What do I actually want? You try to figure it out, but you don't believe in your heart and your soul that you deserve the best of the best. You deserve everything you want and need. You don't believe that. So that's why you try to figure out goals. You try to figure out plans and orientations, a way about going things. But a lot of times you've experienced not being the light, going in the darkness to the light. You find that to be chaotic. You find chaos in that. So you don't like that. So you try to find the order, which is backwards. You have to be the order. You have to be the light. You have to solidify in yourself that you know what's going on, that you know the right thing to do, that you feel intuitively and very deeply of what exactly is the right thing to do and how to do the thing, whatever the fuck it may be. So, if I'm over here being a hypocrite about everything, and not following what the fuck I talk about, not working on the things that I want to work on, and moving forward in my life path, in my life direction, how do you think I'm going to feel when I try to move forward in my life at all? I'm not going to feel good. I'm not going to know what to do. What's the next step? What to do? But if I already have a natural flow and rhythm of the things I'm creating and working on, then I'm automatically going to fall and sink and fly right through them and into them. You feel what I mean? So, and this is the right way to fall. That way you can get yourself out. The right way to fall is to have real bonds and real values of people who just feel God is the same way you feel God. There is no separation. There is no illusionment. There is no disillusionment, especially of that. Because the right illusions are just illusions of, brightness. You're bringing into things of what is possible and what you're working towards. Not of, disillusionment where you're kind of like creating a diss track. You're like disrespecting shit. You're like saying like, nah, it's not that. It's actually this. And then the shit that you're saying is this results in you ultimately failing in what the things that you actually, want and need at the core of your being to result in, everything, all your dreams coming into fruition. Because all your dreams coming into fruition may look like power and result in that space and category of life. But when you go back home to yourself and you really like look in the mirror, like type shit, you don't really feel good. You know what I mean? Like you don't really have what you want to need because you don't believe from the start that you already had it and that you already was worth it and all that. So you try to get it to a demonic place. You try to get it through the way that will always bring it to not fulfilling you from that deep inner wells of inspiration that originally came, maybe the idea or whatever the fuck, for you to do the thing that you wanted to do. So if I know that I deserve it all, I'm working towards it all, I'm providing value in the ways in which I was meant to, and I'm really doing that, and I'm really being that, setting that example and following through with what the fuck I'm on, how can I possibly let in anything else that's not of that? Because it's gonna have to match that regardless, right? So whatever the fuck it may be, it could be person, place, thing, situation, whatever the fuck, right? So the work comes in where you gotta know, all right, clearly the shit that I'm working on isn't easy. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. But the fact that I wanted to feel easy, that I wanted to feel natural, that the fact that I wanted to feel good to me is alone in itself, knowing that doing the right thing will result in that. Because if you're not doing the right thing, what's going to happen is it's going to feel like a grind. It's going to feel like a hustle. It's going to feel like hell. It's going to feel like, you know what I mean? Like you got to like lose something in order to gain something. And then that's backwards. It's contrary. That's like a lose-win. You never want that situation. It should always be a win-win, right? Because think about it. If it's a lose-lose and a win-win, do you ever lose and do you ever really win? No. The answer is no. So obviously there's nothing to win, there's nothing to lose. So you can't even just perceive it from that space of like one-sidedness. It's got to be just, all right, I'm myself, and I want to be the best self I could be. Like self-improvement, self-growth, like that authentic light of being yourself, and whatever travels you're going to go through in life and astrally through your mind and your body vessel carrying out is exactly what the fuck is manifesting and you're experiencing. So you're going to know what it is. And the fact that you become who you're becoming and you have certain capabilities that you've never had before, you could do things you've never done before, that will exactly prove that, okay, I'm going in the right direction, obviously, because it's resulting in my life improving, or it's resulting in me getting the thing that I actually, was dreaming of this whole time, and wanting so badly, right? So whatever the fuck it is, however the fuck you want to put it, dice it up and chop it up or whatever the fuck on the table, at the end of the day, all you gotta know is that whatever you put out is what you're gonna get back. So if you're gonna kill, you're gonna get killed, right? If you're gonna steal, you're gonna get stolen from. If you're gonna whatever the fuck, it's gonna happen to you. So when the shit gets that deep, like when you talk shit, you will get shit talked on. Like it might not happen instantly, right? But eventually, like through like karma and justice and real world order, the shit's gonna hit you like the way it's supposed to, because it's gonna be like real life. It's gonna be like God, like kind of like shaming on you, type, kind of like shitting on you, kind of like really putting you in the fucking place that you put others in, into that fucking void of darkness and fucking tragedy and all this shit. Everything you try to put others in that didn't deserve it, oh yeah, that shit, oh yeah. And the fact that whoever the fuck you put that through, and the fact that God took them and put them in a better place, but you still stuck in that whole misery of, damn, I gotta fucking get this power, I gotta the fact that you can even be in that space alone shows where you're at. And the fact that I gotta go there with you just to get you out of it proves that it ain't about that. It ain't about me going the fuck where you at anymore. So I'm about to say like what it is. If I'm expressing to you the fact that what's necessary for us to be who we are is us collectively and individually working to get it, then that's me just letting you know where we're all at. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna express like, okay, yeah, clearly we need power. Clearly we need structure. We need to know who we are. We need to do the things that we love. Clearly, we need to put it into a grand divination of, you know, being oneness with God and what the fuck God even means through the interpretation of language that's created on this fucking planet alone that we're at right now. Because I'm not speaking to just Earth alone. I'm speaking to many worlds. So fuck all the shit that you believe is heaven and hell. Like, it's the complete whole cycle of life boxed into what the fuck I'm on. So yeah, damn right. I still want what the fuck I want. I still said everything I meant. I meant it. The fuck, like, I still am on the same shit, and I'm never gonna change that because God doesn't change. And I'm still motherfucking gonna make sure that the shit that I created does change, because the shit I created and existence itself must, in order to actually bring into fruition newness and result in a grand affection of, you know, real love. And whatever the fuck love means to you, it's gonna be real. Like, it's gonna be real. It's not just gonna be like you saying, oh yeah, unconditional love and everything. It's gonna have to result in it actually being the real thing. Because if it ain't that, then I don't give a fuck what you talking about. And I'm pretty sure anyone else can feel it off of you too. So I'm not talking to a specific individual, but if I am talking to a specific individual because you into that shit, you lost in that abyss and that depth of fucking hatred and misery and all that shit of power accumulation that will result in you just being how you say, in a loss in the end, and just be that one-sided because all you could do was focus on the win. And since you did that, you were just gonna lose, and God's gonna just show you like, all right, now you're just gonna lose because you was just trying to win, and you didn't see the fact that every little piece and fragment of what the fuck you ain't was still a part of you, and it was still supposed to be the thing that you were supposed to work for. And it's now I'm speaking specifically. Some people have motherfucker received me into their life and literally couldn't get it because it was coming from me type shit. And I received messages from my angels, my other archangels, that was so. Like, they just couldn't motherfucking get it right because it came from me. Like, what the fuck? Like, because I was familiar, because I was family. Like, this is where you're not real family. I'm gonna treat you like a piece of trash in a garbage can, in a disposal, if anything. You hear that? So damn right, if I am gonna vent, it's gonna make sense for logically what the fuck needs to be communicated for the topic of the video to induce positive change for existence and everyone in existence, aka the goddamn universe. Because I promise you, reality and God don't give a goddamn piece of shit that the fuck you on. if I'm really gonna say like try to say like what the fuck it is. Let me center myself real quick. I think apathy is about, like, you know, what is apathy? Apathy, like appreciation of sensitivity, almost, like, you know, apathy. I know the real meaning of it, you know, dictionarily in the language is, but I'm talking about the word itself or what it's trying to point to. Like, empathy is like, you know, sensitivity, emotion, right? You feel things, right? Apathy is like the appreciation of the sensitivity that you have for whatever the fuck. Like, it could be like your superpowers, it could be your natural gifts and your talents that you got from God, or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? It'll result in you creating success. It'll result in you creating the things you're meant to create of a higher vibration and a whole lot of, you know what I mean? Like, the shit that the world doesn't see that you work on and that you make, that's what it is. So, this is the best way I'm gonna explain it. If you feel like your life's in shit, in shambles, and the only demonic power you can accumulate is through trying to attain the shit external, then it's always going to result in you having to go back in the internal. Because it can't be like one or the other. Because if it's the one or the other, you're going to get one or the other. And when the shit shifts and it's flipped, it ain't going to feel too good either. it's definitely not gonna feel too good. And especially if you're in a space like, you know, I'm in the place I'm at because that's just where I'm at. But you're not trying to work towards a better place. You're not trying to harvest new seeds of and new feelings of ripeness that you could result into a whole shift and a massive, like, you know, action-oriented basis of love in your life. Whatever the fuck that means to you. But real love is about getting to the truth. Real love is about helping not just yourself, but helping the weak. The real love is about protecting from evil forces of wickedness and shit that is around us, but not just protecting against it, providing it the love that it needs to change it and alchemize it and help it, because you're here to be an angel. Shout out to the whole angelic force. You know, angels learning to descend a little so they can do greater works and evolve and move up their ranks, and demons becoming angels to put their gifts and their talents to good use without would just go to waste. Shout out to the whole flight squad, all the archangels on board. You know, Right Flight music, Right Flight station coming soon. Stay tuned in. We gonna get there. It don't matter what the fuck people talking about. All it's about is putting in that love work for yourself. See, that's instead of shadow work, which is basically about trying to shine your light onto the darkness within yourself. We already can do that naturally if we're doing the right thing, right? Which I already explained earlier in this video, right? But love work is about loving yourself to the work that will feel good, that will result in what the fuck you want to need. So this is what I've been doing my whole life from to begin with. That's why I've been karmically placed in the place of my childhood experiences and growing up and healing through that and helping others in relationships and broader contexts of work that I'm offering to this world and many others through my work, right? So when I say the work is like the collective per se, and my work is about my individual shit that I gotta do to get there type shit. But it's gotta be the love work, right? Because if it's my work but it's not based on coming from love work, then what the fuck even is it? What's the point? So health, wealth, and abundance, peace, love, and enlightenment. I love you. Make sure you love yourself. If you're a man watching this video, I'm here to lead you the right way and not the wrong way. And if you're a woman watching this video, I'm going to remind you and let you know how to take the throne of God, a.k.a. my motherfucking dick. So, you can hate, but you definitely ain't never gonna relate. I'll tell you that much. You ought to be slapping yourself in the face for the dumb shit you be on. Cause you can't be like me. Like, what the fuck? Like, hate yourself. Don't hate me, bitch. What the fuck? And since I'm straight, I'm gonna master my bait and feed it to the fishes who deserve it, want it, and need it, and like it. 'Cause I promise you, they gonna love it. Either way. However the fuck I'm gonna get it. It's my decision. Once I made up my mind, can't no one change it. I'll tell you that much. No one but me. So, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and keep doing what I'm doing, putting the work massively. See ya.
I mean, it could be, you know.
Yep, it probably
I've
is.
tried so hard to think that way, and it just don't work.
Fred, there's not that many conspiracies around. There's too damn many people to be quiet.
You heard that.